Most U.S. NATO allies support President Donald Trump's call for them to spend 5% of their GDP on defense and are ready to increase security budgets, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said Thursday. There's broad support, Rutte told reporters after chairing a NATO defense ministers meeting in Brussels. He added, "We are really close," and expressed confidence the goal will be met by the next NATO summit in 3 weeks. Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, European allies and Canada have already boosted spending on armed forces, weapons, and ammunition. However, some have hesitated at Trump's demand for 5% of GDP, 3.5% on core military spending, and 1.5% on infrastructure like roads, bridges, airfields, and seaports to speed troop deployment. In 2023, as Russia's war entered its second year, NATO set a target for members to spend at least 2% of GDP on defense. So far, 22 of 32 members have met this goal, while others struggle. Trump and other NATO leaders are likely to approve the new 5% target at a summit in The Hague on June 24th to 25th. Trump argues that allies should spend more so the U.S. can focus on security priorities elsewhere, especially in the Indo-Pacific and at home. He has pressured NATO countries by questioning whether the U.S. would defend those spending too little. While the 5% target includes infrastructure improvements, this changes NATO's traditional way of calculating defense budgets. Also, the 7-year timeline to reach the goal is shorter than the usual decade-long plans, like the 2% target set after Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea. The U.S. spends far more in dollar terms, but according to NATO, its defense spending as a share of GDP has fallen from 3.68% in 2014 to 3.19% in 2024, the only ally to decrease spending over that period. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth praised Trump, saying he saved NATO by pushing allies to spend more. He quoted European ministers thanking Trump for reviving the alliance, which he said was sleepwalking to irrelevance. The increased spending will be important if the U.S. reduces its troop presence in Europe, where about 84,000 U.S. soldiers are currently based. European allies would then need to fill any security gaps. Hegseth did not detail Pentagon plans, but said the U.S. is continuously reviewing its forces in coordination with allies to ensure the right size and posture. At the meeting, defense ministers also approved targets for buying weapons and equipment to better defend Europe, the Arctic, and the North Atlantic. These capability targets include priority purchases such as air defense systems, long-range missiles, artillery, ammunition, drones, and strategic support like air-to-air refueling and heavy transport. Each nation's plan is classified, so details are limited. The targets follow a 2023 NATO blueprint